Did we talk about where this brewery
Yeah,
is?
Anaheim.
Anaheim. That's
Yeah.
right. Now, oh, it's coming back to me now.
It's just going. Sorry.
Okay.
We have
Okay.
gone very, very long here.
They're back.
Coming to you virtually live from the Beer to Whiskey Studios on the taproom floor of the Greenville Beer Exchange, or GBX as we often call it, on South Lawrence Street in glorious downtown Greenville, South Carolina. I'm Russ Heaps, and welcome to this episode of Beer 101. These are my favorite episodes because I don't have to do anything. I don't really do much anyway, but I don't even have to, I have to do practically nothing. But anyway, Beer 101 is where I get my good buddy here, Big John Richards, who is our resident certified Cicerone, and he gives us a little tutorial on some beer or beer type or aspect of beer or brewing, or just whatever enters his happy little mind. Big John, take it away.
All right. So we were talking earlier. I said we're contractually obligated to do a barley wine every time we do a set of episodes here. We have to do at least one barley wine. It's just this is Barley Wine Central, and that's our deal. We're doing a barley wine.
This place is all about barley.
Yeah.
It really
There's
is.
this is known throughout the South, maybe throughout the country, as a premier barley wine destination. All kinds of fun barley wines here. Then lots of other places don't pay any attention to that style at all.
Right.
But being as big a style and important as it is to us here, I actually just a couple of months ago, taught a barley wine class to the staff.
Bueller, Bueller, Bueller.
He's sick.
So that we would all have, kind of be on the same page with what it is. And I believe that you can't really know what a thing is unless you know where it came from. So that's kind of what I'm going to talk about, is the history of barley wine, because I think it's fun.
See, you're going to learn something.
That's right. Let's hope so. I'm going to get Buddy involved here.
Put Buddy to work.
I'm going to pour this thing up, and then I'm going to crash into the course as quickly as I can. We're going to try and do it before the ThermPro overlord here starts yelling at us. But pouring us
If we have to go a little
I
beyond,
understand.
I'm going to cut you a little slack on this one
Thank you.
because I'm a good guy.
Russ is a giver. So I'm pouring us up a Bottle Logic barley wine, and Bottle Logic, and this is one of the things that they're probably most known for imperial stouts, but these big beers that are barrel age program and stuff that they do. This is a English style barley wine aged in bourbon barrels with, I should have brought my glasses, Comodoros, Vanuatu, vanilla beans, and finished with Moster Coffee, which is a local coffee roaster out there. And they've done some other stuff with Moster Coffee, and I am so excited to get a vanilla and coffee barley wine.
Where are they located?
Anaheim, California.
Anaheim.
And they're a little younger than I thought.
That's where Walt Disney is.
It is.
Disneyland. Whatever.
I don't know where Walt Disney currently is.
His head's in a cryo cooler or something
Cryo-cooler. Yeah, that makes sense.
with a cigarette hanging
Yeah.
out of his mouth.
So very excited to have this barley wine and Bottle Logic here in the state of South Carolina, because it jumps over several states to get to us. And I and some of my friends all think it's largely due to Eighth State, because they did several collaborations with Eighth State, dearly departed brewery here. So, indeed. Let's taste this real fast, and then I will
Text him.
jump into things. You could smell all the vanilla on that nose. And there's wood there, and there's a little. I don't smell heavy duty coffee, but I can smell it there.
Vanilla is the big thing for me.
Yeah, lots of vanilla. Oh, whoa, that is rich. Lots of vanilla. Ooh, that is a fun beer. And barley wine can do so many fun things.
Holy moly, that's
Right?
good.
This is why we devote so much of our energy to barley wine, is because it can pull these flavors, these monstrous, huge flavors that are still balanced into the beer. It's really remarkable, and these guys are so good at doing that with these big beers. So I'm just going to launch into talking about barley wine. I think that's where to go.
Go
from
ahead.
here.
While you
It's-
talk, I'm going to
I
drink.
think that's a great plan, and I'm excited to be a part of it. I like to reduce things to their simplest as much as I can. So when people walk in here, and it regularly happens, people walk in probably almost daily and sit at this bar and go, "What is a barley wine?" And it's not an easy question to answer. I am going to get into that, but my pat answer across the bar is it's a 1,000-year-old idea that started really in the Norman invasion of 1066. And when the French came and took over England, wine became the drink of the nobility.
Are you sure he's got one?
Oh, yes, it's very nice, sir.
I told him we already got one.
And so everyone wanted wine instead of beer because it was seen as fancier or nicer, and the brewers didn't have anything to do. So they brewed a started brewing this big heavy duty style of beer, big full flavors, heavy, high alcohol content. This is 14% alcohol.
Oh, come on!
By the way, which is crazy because you can't taste it at all.
But that's typical for a wine.
Typical for a wine.
Yeah.
And typical for a barley wine, or not atypical anyway. And they called it barley wine in order to compete with the idea of wine so that they would be accepted at the table, with a glass of wine, right?
That's good
Smart.
marketing.
That's good, right?
It's good marketing.
Write that down.
That story is almost certainly apocryphal. But I'm going to keep telling it, whether you like it or not, because nobody can prove it's not true.
I'm buying it. I'm buying it hook, line, and sinker.
It is definitely old and old style. Definitely older than we have written records for, but I'm now going to get into the real history of barley wine, probably. Thanks, Russ. Barley wine and old ale are kind of the same thing. No one really knows which one is older,
Inconceivable!
but old ale is the much lighter, typically lighter alcohol and lighter everything version of barley wine. They're kind of sisters. We'll see a lot of English beer is old ale, and we have started seeing more and more old ale popping up as a style from modern brewers, but it's just a sister of barley wine.
So are barley wines typically ales?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't think that there's a way to make a barley wine
Okay.
lager.
All right.
But it's not so far removed from something like Doppelbock, especially when you get into Triple Bock and some of the big Bock lagers, which are dark, typically darker colored, heavier alcohol lagers. It's not so far from those, but barley wine is always ale. The first written reference we've really got to barley wine is from a magazine or a publication, a rag of some kind, from 1736, called the London and Country Brewer. And they had an issue published where they talked about
It was a forerunner to Horse and Hound magazine.
And you're from?
Horse and Hound.
100%. I think that's exactly
Go ahead.
right. I'm going to take a sip. On that note, I'm going to wet my whistle. So the London and Country Brewer made references to a very, very strong ales brewed as to be of a vinous nature and aged in wood, brewed to answer the like purpose of wine at the table. So we're in that vicinity where I talked about calling it a barley wine so that it would compete with wine at the table.
Write that down.
The whole idea of that thing.
See, that's a good footnote for you.
No, I mean I'm using. That's why I said
I know.
there's no way to disprove
I know.
my original
It's a
story.
good footnote.
Yeah, barley wine is very much attached to the aristocracy through the 1800s because it is incredibly difficult. It is very, very hard to brew. It's an obscenely high strength, obscenely high priced ingredients. I mean, when these beers come out, most of the time brewers aren't brewing them to make anything resembling a year-round offering or anything that it's like a thank you. These kinds of beers are brewed, and they will try and break even so that they can tell all the people who drink their beer, here's something nice for you, which I think is wonderful, and I'm glad we have it. But a brewer will make a ton more money off of a IPA or a amber lager than they would off of a barley wine.
So are these this high alcohol content before they go into the barrel, or is putting them into
Yes.
the barrel help?
They will pick up some alcohol over time. There's almost no way to stop it. Yeast is, if it wakes up, it's going to eat some sugars and
Right.
create some alcohol. That's just the way of the world.
Right.
So, but it's not.
Write that down.
Write that down.
It's already there when it goes into the barrel. It's just going to pick up a 0.%
Right.
or 2 or 3, over the time it spins in a barrel. But that's something I think it's a little further down that I have. That's the 5 barley wine needs 5 integral ingredients. It needs barley, hops, yeast, water, and thyme. And barley wine.
Time as in TikTok time, not
TikTok.
time as in...
No, not THYME,
Yeah,
not that
okay.
one.
That's what I thought.
And most of these beers are nowhere near ready to drink when they come out of fermentation.
Right.
Nowhere near. And even a lot of them, when they hit the bottle and hit the shelf, aren't ready to drink. One of those I used to tell people all the time, Bigfoot barley wine from Sierra Nevada, it's only 9.5%, but it's a big, heavy duty beer, and it almost always needs a year. And I think every barley wine probably needs a year from the time it's put into a bottle, or more sometimes, before it is ready to be consumed. In this case, it's a little different. I don't know when this was bottled, but it's already spent a bunch of time in a barrel, and it's already aged before it gets to us. So you could probably pop the bottle on a lot of these barrel-aged things, and they're ready to go.
This is ready to go.
Yeah, I mean,
although I don't know
obviously.
what it might be like.
And it
In
could
another
sit
year.
on this, a beer like this you could sit on for 10 or 20 years.
Yeah.
And it's just going to continue to
Yep.
age gracefully. And, it may not, it's not always going to age the way you think it's going to age, but it's always going to age cleanly. Pushing our way down because I don't want to take all afternoon to do this. Bass is one of the first modern barley wines. The Bass Brewing Company is one of the first modern barley wines. Bass holds the distinction of being the first trademark in the world.
No way!
The red triangle from Bass, 1854. Sorry, Bass was England's the second trademark in the world. I have that written down here. No, sorry. That's why I have it written down here. I knew I was right. Bass is the first. The story is that the brewers
Who's
from
on?
Bass...
Who's on first?
Yes.
I want you to tell me the names of the fellas on the St. Louis team. I'm telling you, who's on first, what's on second, I don't know who's on third.
You know the fellas' names?
Yes.
Well, then who's playing first?
Yes.
The story is that the brewers from Bass went and stood in line overnight at the patent office so they could be first in line to patent their product. So the red triangle is the first trademark in the world. Bass number 1 is the second trademark in the world, and that's their barley wine. So they patented their 2 things before anybody else patented anything. You could still get Bass number 1 in 1995,
What do you think?
which is insane.
What do you think a bomber of that would cost
Right today? What's really important is that they brewed this beer for Thomas Hardy's death, and that the important part is that they brewed it in honor of a paragraph from one of his works called Trumpet Major. And I freaking love this. This This is a description of a beer from Thomas Hardy's work, Trumpet Major. It was of the most beautiful color than the eye of an artist in beer could desire. Full in body, yet brisk as a volcano. Piquant, yet without a twang. Luminous as an autumn sunset. Free from streakiness of taste, but finally rather heady. And that's just gorgeous.
That's
I
what
love
it says.
that.
It says that
flowery-
on the label right here. Very
I
little-
love that flowery language. I love all those descriptors and the imagery. And that's the kind of thing that this kind of beer can create. It can give you that. I mean, it can induce that. Even if the words aren't there, the sensation of drinking this thing as big and as good as this is, it is incredible.
I just admire somebody who's passionate about beer.
Right.
Of any kind.
Absolutely.
Look, barley wine, it's easy to get passionate about.
Right. You get into American barley wine, and we've kind of developed a style in American barley wine. It really, very specifically, American barley wine is the precursor to double IPA. Because American brewers, Anchor Foghorn, Old Foghorn was the first one, and Old Foghorn is one of the reasons why so many brewers call their barley wines Old this or Old that. Old Foghorn was the name of that one. Sierra Nevada, they brewed that in 1975. Sierra Nevada Bigfoot was 1983. The super fun story. They sent their beer to a lab to have it analyzed, and the lab sent back notes that said, "Your beer is too hoppy." And Sierra Nevada sent back a response that said, "Thank you."
We've been going so long now, I can't remember. Did we talk about where this brewery is?
Yeah, Anaheim.
Anaheim. That's
Yeah.
right. Now, it's coming back to me now.
It's just going. Sorry.
Okay.
We have
Okay.
gone very, very long here.
If you're watching this, I've already put it in the notes on YouTube that this runs long, and if you don't give a crap about barley wine,
Too
but
late.
yeah, but
Hashtag barley wine is life.
yeah,
BIL.
but if you're watching this, I think
Welcome to Barley Wine.
It's been informative.
Go get one.
Yep.
It's delicious.
So damn lucky.
Bang.
See you next time.